Hello everybody, I hope everyone's having a great day, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I'm currently filming this at night just because I'm a night owl sometimes. So if you didn't already see the title, I am going to be reviewing my Sentro knitting machine. I do have a little bit of a project going right now. Let me see if I can find the little swatch I have. Here it is. I was going to try to make a scrunchie, but I think I'm going to try something else. I think I'm going to try to make this into a bow, just because I think that will look darling. But, so yeah, I'm going to try to review the Sentro knitting machine for you guys today. This is a little bit of a new setup. This is my desk area, my sewing machine, Bernadette. But yeah, this is my little craft area, my Sentro machine. If I'm giving it a review overall, I think it's a great machine. It's really easy to use. The setup is very user-friendly. There's little suction cups on the bottom of the feet that connect it really easily. I love to sit on the floor and like craft. I don't know why, but like that's like my favorite thing to do ever. So I find myself sitting on the floor a lot of the time when I knit, so this is great for that, or any tabletop service. The floor works great, the kitchen table, tables in general, the floor, anywhere that has just a hard surface that you can connect it to. I definitely would not recommend you trying to use it not on a tabletop. I tried to take it to a drive-in with me because we were there a couple hours early, just because we tried to get the best seat, all that fun stuff. We went to see Barbie, pretty good movie, but I decided to take it and take one of my projects that I was working on, and then that didn't work out too great. And if you see me looking around, I'm looking for the project that I'm talking about, and here it is. So I've knit up a lot of hats using the the Sentro machine. So I was originally going to try to work on this hat right here. It's a two-toned hat that I worked on, and I really like it, but I just couldn't, so then I ended up just finishing this guy. It's a little bit of like a Christmassy beanie for my sister. I think I'm gonna give it to her. She really adores Christmas, so hopefully she'll appreciate that. So yeah, I've made a lot of hats. This one is two different yarns. So it's one yarn, the white yarn is one that I salvaged from a little like lacy thin cardigan that I got at Walmart a few years ago that I wasn't wearing, and that was when I was first starting to deconstruct sweaters to rip apart for yarn. And then the other one is a Knit Picks yarn. I believe it is Mighty Stitch, the worsted weight. It's really great. But I remember why I grabbed these in the first place. So these are great examples of like what type of yarn I would say I would use. I would definitely stick with a worsted weight yarn. This was very tricky. The white speckled parts right there. These were very tricky to use on the machine, just because it kept popping out of the little tension holder. I will film a little bit of an a closer up portion of it. I will say I had trouble with certain yarns. That is one thing that I will say I had the most trouble with, was specific yarns that I couldn't use in my machine. So right now I have used like your average like Walmart, Dollar Tree even. This red yarn is from the Dollar Tree, as is the green one. Like this is Dollar Tree yarn, so it's not the greatest quality, but it's also not too bad. But I've used Dollar Tree yarn, I've used expensive yarn, I've used your average Michael's yarn, and it's not that bad either. But I will say my favorite, I think, to work with would definitely be a little more of a silky yarn. So this is like a little softer, but I've used all of it and it's pretty good. The major problem that I have with the machine and yarns is like this type of yarn. It's not the color work, but when I was working on the inside part of this hat, like the cherry part, like the pinky cherry color. Hold on, let me see if I can get my camera to focus in. There we go. Like the inside part, it would like drop stitches really weirdly, and I'll show y'all what I mean by that. So this was a handful to get through in and of itself. It turned out really cute, but it would catch, it would skip a stitch, and then I would have to go back through and pick it up manually. and try to get it back on my machine with the little pegs. Again, I'll show an in-depth close-up, but I noticed the problem with this is that it was a stickier yarn. I don't know if it is just too thick or what the problem with using this specific yarn on the machine is, but the machine just did not like this yarn. Don't know why. And I would say I tried a scrappy yarn. So this is what the hats look like before you flip them inside out, all that fun stuff. I just tried to knit up like a huge swatch. This is like a ton of different acrylics that I had lying around. I think it turned out super cool. I love the stripes. I'm a huge scrappy project kind of person. Like, this is one of my favorite hats I've ever made, and it's just scrap yarn. I've actually given a few to my friends, but I was gonna make a knitted version, but then it ended up dropping all of these stitches, and I don't know why. Like, certain yarns I found worked really great. Like, this white one worked great. This one worked great. The green didn't. Like, it just... like, certain yarns just don't work with my machine, or I'm not using it correctly, but I don't know, so we'll see. Also, I will say knots in this machine will clog it up so fast. So this has a little like feeder and like the tension space, and the feeder gets stuck. So just be mindful of that. If you do want to do a scrappy project, you will have to either take it out and then manually feed it like when you cast on, or you'll have to do a completely different thing. I didn't know that before I started working on this. With that in mind, now that I know that, I would have changed the way I did some of the project, especially specifically for this one, because I do enjoy the way it looks. I think I'm probably going to try to redo it. Just wind this back up on my ball winder and try to make it into a hat, because I think it would look pretty cool, especially because I love the stripes. But yeah, and I will say this would be a great machine for sweater panel, like sweater sleeves, or even like children's sweaters. I have a 48 pin machine. I don't know if I said that or not, but I actually quite enjoy it. I got the pink one because I love pink. But like pink and white are like some of my favorite colors I think ever. So now that I've talked for about 7 minutes, I'm seeing that on my camera, I'm going to show you all the in-depth and like how it works, how smooth it is. It's a very smooth machine. It's honestly very fun to use. The clacking noise that it makes is great. This is my first knitting machine that I've had. I did receive a Bond knitting machine. I believe it's from the 80s. It was a flat knitting machine, and that was a gift from one of my friend's moms. I tried to use that machine and it just did not work. I looked at videos, several pieces were missing, and then it just was not worth it for me to continue to use it. So this is technically my second knitting machine, but I would qualify it as my first one. But yeah, if you didn't already notice, I did cut my hair. It's pretty short now, but I quite like it this length. But yeah, let's get a close-up of the knitting machine now. So this is the Sentro knitting machine up close. This is a little tension feeder. There's 3 tensions. This is the loosest. Hold on, let me give you an actual good shot of it. This is the loosest tension that it has, and then this is the smallest. Then it goes on, and this is really nice. I love this. This is the little feeder that I was talking about. It will get knots. If you get a knot in there, it'll be pretty hard to feed. Those are the little pegs, and they are... hold on, let me see if I can find it. They are numbered. So I'm near the end of a round, and there is a little lovely row counter that you can reset. I'm not going to touch that because I have a project going right now. The fabric knits up lovely. I've found that this specific yarn that I'm using right now is great for what I have going with it. If my camera will focus. It has a little turn handle. So I'm gonna show y'all the smoothness of it too. So there are 2 settings. There's tube, well, I perceive it as tube and then panel, so I will just say circular and panel. So right now I have it on circular because I'm doing a circular project. So let me give you a little bit of a little time-lapsey of how smooth it runs. I wish I could show you the clickety-clackety of it, but I don't know if I can. So let me see if I can, and if not, you'll just hear some pretty cool music over top of the audio coming up next. So let's see how this turns out. enjoyed that video. I know I loved talking about my Sentro knitting machine. If I didn't mention this in the beginning of the video, I got it on Prime Day for about $48, which is a considerable discount considering it's about $68, I think, for the 48 pin machine. I know I was very lucky to get it on Prime Day. I was very excited because I had my eye on it for a long time, and then I just finally got it. It does come with yarn needles, and it comes with its own screwdriver for assembly. Assembly is pretty easy, so not very complicated. It's not furniture level complicated, if that makes sense. So it's definitely a great machine. It's a great investment, in my opinion, if you're doing craft markets and stuff. I think it's great. It honestly all depends on your definition of whether or not you want one. I know I enjoy my machine a lot. I know I've made about 6 to 12 hats, I think. And I think I have an idea for what to do with this. I think it would be a great collar of like a turtleneck or even a headband. So we'll see what I end up doing with this. Because I think I have some white yarn that would be pretty cute and would match gauge. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cute. So maybe doubled over hem, but it's probably going to end up being turned into a little bow. Even though it's pretty thick for a bow, but I think it would be pretty cute. But we'll see. But yeah, I hope y'all had a great day. Enjoy the video. If you haven't already, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'm trying to get to at least 50 subscribers this year. But yeah. My dream is to be able to monetize my YouTube channel and one day not have to work and just craft all day. But at 40 subscribers, I think. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, if you want a Sentro, I would definitely suggest getting one. But make sure you watch for a sale. I did try to get the automated hand crank, but it just did not work with my machine. So if anything, I'm going to be getting a mini drill and the drill attachment that they sell on Amazon that just kind of hooks up to your handle and will spin your machine for you, and it's much faster. But again, I enjoy my Sentro knitting machine a ton. I think it's great. Definitely worthwhile an investment. This is one of the hats and I love it. Let me show y'all. It is one of the cutest things ever. Like, it's just cute. I don't know how else to explain it. But for sure this would be great for Christmas, or if you are a market knitter, these would be great for that. But yeah, I think it's pretty cute. I'm definitely going to be wearing a lot of beanies this year and giving away some, probably to friends, family, all sorts of stuff, charities, whatever I kind of do this year, so we'll see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I ramble after I like finish the video. It's just one of my hobbies at this point. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Sentro knitting machine. Not Sentro. Yes, Sentro knitting machine videos. I always want to correct myself to a different name. Yeah, stay tuned. Have lots of fun. Enjoy summer, winter, wherever you are, whatever season it is. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.